Alright, last video I left off, I was cleaning the fuel lines from when it re-rusted. So the rear brake line is doing the same thing. So I'm going to take it off. You can see here, it's got a little rust to it, so I just want to make sure it's nice and clean before I seal it. Well, first of all, you got to disconnect it from the brakes here. And you got connection here. And then you've got here, and then you've got these little clips here that push down, so these are welded to the axle. So basically, so loosen those. You gotta pry that up. There's two of them. You get a screwdriver in there and pry that up. And then here's a pin here. And then you just push this off and just connect the back side. And that's it. That should come right off. There's nothing here in the way to remove it. All right, so if this is the first time you're removing this thing, it's going to be pretty rusted. So it's going to be a lot harder to remove it than what I'm doing right now. But best just get your open-ended wrench that has as much closure as possible. This is meant for brakes, brake lines. So just take it easy. Now these here, mine aren't tight all the way. That's why I have that blue tape that you saw on there. I put blue tape on there so I know that I had not tightened it down all the way per the spec. So this should come off pretty quick, pretty easy. Alright, so I got the I don't have any oil in the brake oil in my lines. So when you're removing it, just make sure you put a bucket, make sure you clean. And I've got the pin here, so you can just get something and tack that pin off. Mine's brand new, it should be popping right off. Alright, it's not popping off real easy. So there's a nut that holds the bracket on the rear end. I'll show that to you. So here's the pin that just pushes out. It's not coming out easy. Or you can just remove this nut bolt here, and then that whole bracket will come right off. All right, and then also mine's already detached, but you've got your brake line that comes down here and here, and then here's your flexible hose. So you got to disconnect this hose from here. The whole thing, and then don't forget the clips. These clips, you don't want to bend them out too far, just to get the hose out, because if yours are old and rusted, you're going to snap those suckers. And you got to put a new one on. just enough to push it out like that. So it's loose. Okay. There we go. And then set it aside down here. Okay, and that should be it. Should come down. Fish it out. That was coming out as I was hitting it. It slowly started coming out. But sometimes it's easier to take it all the way off and get on a vise. And I have extra pins of these so I can replace that. I think it looks like I probably benched it a little bit. Alright, so again, this is brand new. Pin's new. This is the original brake line and that's the original bracket. So I'm basically just going to get this cleaned up like I did with the others. Alright, I got this sucker out of vise. So like I said, I already got most of it off. If I just get some pliers, it should just come right off. Oh, two-hander. All right, there we go. And then separate these two. You got it loose. When you take this off, you don't need to, you can get on a device however you want to hold it. I don't want to use pliers, I don't want to gouge this, so I just put it on a device. Don't squeeze the vise down all the way. If you want, you can put maybe a rag or something in there, just enough to hold it so that you can get this turned. I already did it, but that's it. Okay, so I'll get that cleaned up. All right, so again, this is that rust remover. This is stronger stuff, so it helps in about 30 minutes or so. So I'm just gonna squirt it on. Looks like I'm wasting more than I am anything else. I'll get a brush. And before I put it in a cup and use a brush. And it looks like a better method. Wasted a lot. Alright. So, just a cheapy throwaway paintbrush works just fine. And then just get it good. It'll froth up a little bit, depending on the product you use. Really get down in there. Get it good. And you just keep going, and then that's it. Just oh, you know what I forgot to do? You need to get this wet before you reapply it. Oh, hopefully it'll still work. Yeah, this product requires you to get a wet rag and wet it down, and I totally forgot because I'm just in a rush to get this done. So hopefully it should still work. All right, let that soak. All right, got all the rust off the lines. See pretty good. Got cleaned up. Now I'm just gonna soak it in this stuff. Then just got a brush, so I'll just spray it real quick. Brush. And just brush it up. Make sure you get in there with between the springs and stuff. And that's kind of it. And then I'll work on the install.